Hey, welcome back guys, it's Maverick here today with another episode of Shaman King. So, as things are, Yo is of course still out of the Shaman King competition as of right now since he dropped out. Ren is back, as healthy as ever and stronger than ever, to be honest. And for the rest of the characters, they also need to do some things to step their game up, right? Or otherwise, there's going to be way too big of a discrepancy between Yo and Ren and all the other people of the main gang, right? So in this episode, we are starting out with Horho, and don't worry, we will get to all of the characters later. So with the Animite, let's just get into it. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I'll be honest, I have completely forgotten, what this part is talking about. What exactly it has and what Horror actually does and all that. Although, of course, it's not hard to know it's something related to the opening here. Although, I actually think that picture of Horror and, yeah, I think that happens a little bit later. Not quite right now yet. The power up that they get isn't that yet. At least for Chocolove and Horror, I don't think those scenes happen until later on. I mean, hey, it's a shonen, right? We gotta go through multiple phases of powering up and so on and so forth. What's a shonen without power creep in it, right? Alright. Reunion? Wait, is it actually in this episode? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I completely forgot about this. Okay. So it's all added together, right? Oh, nice. There's still one more, right? I think. Nope. You just drove a tank into the ocean, dude. No. I I don't think that's enough, right? Ah, there we go. Oh, I think that was a flag, little sister. Just a rat? Huh. Lots of rancher rats. Feathers? Why don't I remember this? I honestly don't remember this part. Hmm. Okay, I think I kind of remember this. X. I mean, the guy literally has an X carved on his chest, dudes. A mech angel. Oh, so they're here to talk things out.
君はまだ納得がいかぬようだな。
僕の友達だから。それに彼を心に留まらせるまだ解けない謎がある。
何を迷う。
正義のために人を殺すことです。
君には何度も教えたはずだ。もし罪人を許すことあらばたちまちに法は崩れ、この世は悪に染まるだろう。
わかります。でも心はそれを認めようとしない。
メイデン様のため、己の意志でブンスター、ケビン、ミーネは死んだ。私には死にゆく者の心など知る由もないが、己の意志で死を選ぶということは、少なくとも己の心を殺すということだ。
心を殺す。
君は我々のこの白い制服が死に装束であるという事実、忘れたのか。見せたいものがある。
Alof. Lols. Owls. Or whatever. I've always thought their logo looked kind of stupid.
僕の天使様。
君は賢い子だ。この懲罰の剣を手に取り、一刻も早く迷いを断って我々と共に悪を打とうではないか。君には期待しているよ。
Look at his face.
第8番天使ゼルエル。その力を試すために外へ出たらちょうどホロホロ。
Ah, okay, okay. I remember this part now. There will be an important question coming up.
ファウスト、アイスメンの様子はどうなんだ？
怪我はすべて治療しましたが、ここは衛生状態が悪い。妻子に連絡して清潔な場所へ移した方が良いでしょう。
頼もしいな。じゃあ早速。
当てになるかよ。シャーマンファイトはただ一人のキングを決めるための試合なんだ。死にそうな奴のことなんざいちいち構うか。怪しいぜパッチは。
マグナとニクロン。今夜の大事な話とやら、当然奴らのことも含まれるのだろうな。
ああ、そうだな。
何？大事な話って。
ちょうどよかった。リゼルグ、お前も聞いていけ。シャーマンファイトとオイラたちのこれからについてだ。
見つけたよ。
That's definitely a little bit creepy, isn't it?
皆殺し。てめえ！リゼルグが怪我するところだったじゃねえか、こら！
奇襲作戦は失敗だな。
こいつら。
まあ、しょうがねえよな。やったらやり返される。
やったらやり返される。いきなりかましやがって。マジで死ぬとこだったじゃねえか。
で、どうすんだこれから。
そうだな。このまま逃げるってのはどうだ？
Hmm? Where's... Oh, oh yeah. The Iceman.
わかりましたぜ、旦那。
僕、リュウさんを助けに行くよ。
やめとけ。お前が天使を出したら奴らだってただじゃ済まねえんだろ。そしたらまた誰かが仕返しに来る。キリがねえ。
置いていかれたな、仲間に。
だが悲しむことはない。奴らもどうせここから逃げられん。
実は我々の仲間が攻撃を仕掛ける前にすでに廃墟ホテルに潜入していてね。つまり今頃は脱出した奴らと共に空の上。 気に食わねえな。何？仲間が空から落っこちたってのによくも平気で笑ってられるよな。仲間を大切にしねえ奴はダメだ。おいおい、君のボスは逃げろと言ったのではなかったか？だが気に食わねえもんは気に食わねえ。
わかった。こいつを殺せ、ジン。
It's a gin. A genie, basically.
大丈夫かな、リュウさん。心配すんなってリゼルグ。それより聞きたいことがあってな。お前、モルフィンはどうしたんだ？
Dun dun dun.
モルフィンならここにいるけど。父さんがくれた大切な持ち
Oh, come on. They kind of like... This is actually a very important, like, scene there. They kind of just glossed over it really quick.
おかしなこと言うようくんだな。
Yeah, this was actually a really, really important... They placed a lot of emphasis on the scene and the question in the manga.
なんだよ、いねえと思ったらどこ行ってたんだ？
やっぱり竜のやつ。悪い。おいらこれからちょっと行くとこあるから、先にいつもの旅館に帰っててくれ。
あ、じゃあ大事な話ってのはどうすんだよ。
帰ってからにする。
よく
I like how they keep on showing her.
スピリット・オブ・ソード。
すげえじゃねえか、用のやつ。あんなに急いでどこ行ったのかしら。
知るかよ。嫁と飯の約束でもしてんだろ。
That's a possibility.
まるで手も足も出ておらんではないか。うるせえ。おらかかってこいや、シャバ僧が。俺の力がまるで通用しねえ。こいつはまずったぜ。
やったらやり返されるか。もう焼けたかな。
Basically, the wheel of revenge goes round and round.
バーベキューはよく焼くことが大切だ。
俺、父ちゃんと母ちゃんいねえからキャンプなんて初めてだけど、なんか今はミッキーが父ちゃんみてえだ。
なら僕を父ちゃんと呼んでもいいんだ。ロードセブ。
Yo, got a brother.
うまいぞきっと。
And a sister.
セイラーム。
こらてめえ起きろよ。そんなところで寝てる場合か、このバカらが。
いくら叫んでも無駄だ。その男はもうじき死ぬ。私はこの男を殺せと言った。ジンは主人の命令を 100% 遂行する魔法のせいなのだ。
Basically, a jinn is, I think, the origin of the word genie, right? They're basically the same thing.
どっかで見たことあると思ったらあれだ。
It's my place. Oh, no, wait. What does he call it? Best place. Oh.
しかしこいつはまた豪勢な。仏様がいい風に。すげえな。俺も死ぬ前にせめて旦那みてえに美人の嫁さんもらいたかったな。
I mean, you got that right. Anna is top notch.
死にたくねえよ。
Hey. It's the third party. love.
また次の機会だ。姫。
それではシャーマンファイトでお会いしましょう。
美しい。
I mean, I'll give you that.
たくあん時のおめえらのざまったらなかったぜピーノ。うるせえ。いちいちうんな話持ち出してんじゃねえバーカ。
気にしなくていいぜミック。ちょっと昔のことを思い出しちまっただけさ。
Wait a minute. Did this happen so quickly?
ベン、イブ、リン。
So fast right after the Flash, the Osiris arc?
シャフトのみんなに会いに行かねえか。
Hmm.
みんな死んじまってるわ。なんでだよ。誰だよ。やったのは俺だよ。やっと見つけたぜ。まさかこんな島にいたなんて思いもよらなかった。てえ、よくも俺の仲間を。あのクリスマスの夜に俺らの父ちゃんを殺したやつら。
Okay, okay. This part. Yeah, this is the part where things kind of get really, really confusing and like, I think I already mentioned before, I'm not that big a fan of the entire, robot story and whatnot. But yeah, it is part of the story. I guess that's probably why my memory is a little bit hazy at these few events, because this is actually a part of the story that I kind of fast forwarded through, to be honest. But anyways, I'll see you guys after this. Alright, so with the ending there in this episode, I finally know where exactly we are in the storyline here. But as I said before, it's involving a particular arc and a particular setting, story context that I'm not all that too thrilled with, and so that's probably why my memory is a little bit more hazy than usual here, because this is actually the part of the story which I honestly quickly flip through in a lot of ways, right? I mean, I know the general idea of what's happening and so on and so forth, but it was probably not. Yeah, I really didn't like the arc and how it involved a lot of because, like, come on, this is Shaman King, right? We're fighting here using supernatural powers and spirits and all that, even though we clearly see an influence of more sci-fi kind of stuff, right? Looking at the angels, those are clearly more mechanically inspired, and they look like mechs, for God's sake. And then, of course, the machine that was pursuing Chocolove at the very end there, right? That was being piloted by the brother and sister. That is also very clearly much more sci-fi inspired, right? That is like a mech or something of that sort. So it's just kind of weird to me to mix these two things together, like fighting with spirits and your shamanic powers, your Furyuku and so on and so forth, versus something that's clearly running off of technology, high technology, sci-fi technology, and so on and so forth, with like energy weapons and and propulsion systems and all that. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of really, really weird to me, and unfortunately during this arc that does play a very, very important role here. But yeah, anyways, I don't really want to go into it and spoil the story, so we'll continue to talk about that when we get there. This, I think, is our first formal introduction to the Gandhara power as well. The other group, we have Hao's group, we have the X-Laws, and then we have the Gandhara, right? They will be more important later on. At this point in time, I don't think they are going to be that relevant yet. Yeah, they are more relevant way further on down the story. This is still not the time for them to be fully integrated in the story yet. This is just like an introduction, if you will. A literal introduction, like more than halfway, maybe even 2/3 throughout the entire series. But yeah, they're compared to the X-Laws, they are much more much more reasonable, and doesn't seem to have as much shady stuff going on, to be honest. But yeah, anyways, I don't really want to touch too much on them either, otherwise it's just going to be one big spoiler. So what else here? I did talk about how this is about the time when the rest of the team needs to start getting their power-ups. If I recall correctly, there were like two different power-up timings here. But again, with the end there in regards to Chocolove and whatnot, I do wonder. Um, we had Horoho going through that situation, but I hesitate to say that he really powered up all that much. We have Chocolove currently facing this situation where he's facing against some kids trying to get their revenge. But is this actually a time when Chocolove gets his power? I don't know. I don't know. It's all a little bit fuzzy to me, but rest assured that is going to happen, right? As I said, this is a staple of shonen, and Shaman King is a shonen. You gotta have the main characters power up and level up and get stronger and whatnot, so that they can continue to overcome obstacles, right? So that much is a given. So we will be seeing that as well. The only thing that I think is kind of interesting here, but to me is kind of or I guess to you guys might be sort of like me complaining, is the scene where Yo asks Lyserg where his other spirit is, right? Morphi. I kind of forgot its name, and morphine, yeah, morphine. So that was actually quite the dramatic question within the manga. They built up to it in for many pages. Well, I guess not many pages, but they made it clear that this was going to be a very important answer, a very important question, and depending on the answer, it would change a lot of things, right? And so we did have Yo being very serious about it. We did have Lyserg facing the question very seriously, and of course getting all the close-up shots of all the other members, all the other team members, all the other people of the main cast, how they had such a serious expression on their faces and whatnot, and all to have all to be like, huh, he did good. You did well, boy. At the end, when Lyserg said, "Oh, of course, she's still here. I'm not going to just throw her away just because I got some shiny new spirit or shiny new weapon that's much more powerful and whatnot, right? You gotta trust in your spirit, right? You gotta trust in your partner." So it was because of that Yo decided, okay, Lyserg, you can still be my friend. We are still a group. We are still a group of friends, and I will be willing to let you into into all of our intels, and basically he's still part of the gang. Basically, that's important here. Obviously, we can see from the openings and whatnot that Lyserg is ultimately still going to be part of our main gang, but at this point in time, it's a little bit hard to say, right? Because he's clearly torn between following the X-Law's ideals versus the ideals of those being preached by Yo. So we have this back and forth here, but that was a very important scene, basically, and I feel like the animation itself didn't really do that scene justice. Like, I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of silly to focus on that part, right? But I don't know, I just feel like there is a difference between, okay, using all of maybe like 5 seconds to or 3 seconds to show that entire interaction versus maybe it's just me having this this kind of effect by myself when I'm reading a manga and whatnot. I will linger on those pages just because it seems very important. But no, I do feel like in the original manga it was a big important question as well, and I don't really feel like in this episode we got to see the full emphasis of that question, as well as during when I was reading it definitely left the reader with no doubt that, yeah, that was a very important question, and if Lyserg answered wrong, well, he might even be kicked off. Of course, Yo isn't going to do something as dramatic as that, but definitely he wouldn't be welcomed back with open hands anymore. So, just kind of important on that part. What else? I mean, the rest we pretty much already know, right? Horoho's fight, that was kind of self-explanatory. He will get his power up, don't worry. He will get his big power up later on. That is, the opening does hint of that, but that is later on. I do believe this is the first setback, right? The first sort of I want to become stronger kind of thing. There is going to be a second one at least. So those two are the ones that I remember the most. So don't worry, he will still get his time later on to power up and gain more Furoku and be on a better or equal footing with Yo and the others. I guess one final thing would be the X-Laws. Well, we know the X-Laws are shady, right? So what else is new? What else is new? So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Again, not really too much to talk about, except that certain scene I feel like should have been emphasized a little bit more. And with this, we also, to me anyways, it serves as the warning flag that we are entering into the next arc now. That is going to be related with that big old mech called MF that the kids are piloting. So, anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.